So you guys know that I don't get into politics, but it's all over the news. Charlie Kirk, he was assassinated, and I wanted to put my 2 cents in. I'm honestly disturbed by how many people are actually celebrating and mocking the assassination of Charlie, because what hits home to me, what got me is I do exactly what he does. And anybody who uses this platform to express their own points of views, their podcasts. I'm talking with santeros, babalaos, witches on Witch Talk and Wicca, and anybody who uses this platform, Facebook and TikTok, Twitter or X. We do the same shit. And that could have been me. That could have been you if you use this platform to express yourself. That's what I find disturbing. So even santeros and babalaos that I see that cheer this on, or making snide comments, and that, just things that I find appalling and inappropriate, it makes me side-eye the person. Like so if I died because I say I disagree with XYZ or the person's theology or what they're doing on their platform or whatever, then if I get shot, then is that going to be the reaction that I get from you? It's going to be celebrated that I'm dead simply because of a difference in point of view. We're not talking about Hitler, Joseph Goebbels, Stalin, Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein, Heimlich Himmler. We're talking about a guy who just had open debates with people and he gave his point of view. We're not talking about a politician. We're not talking about a soldier. Just a guy who made a living off of expressing himself with words. And there are people, including santeros and people who claim spirituality. I don't know where I guess that Iwapele bullshit went out the window for this guy. But that could literally be me and anybody else who expresses themselves on this platform. Are there people on this platform, santeros and babalaos and witches, that I disagree with what they say? Yes, absolutely. But I don't wish anybody to be dead because of what they express on their videos and what they choose to speak about on their own platforms. Hell no. Like, I don't wish death on nobody, and I wouldn't celebrate if I found out that anybody that I disagree with, some santero was shot and killed, some babalao, some witch, whoever. That's not something that I would celebrate or mock. There are people that, oh, you voted for this guy, you voted for that guy, and you are nothing to me. I hate you. You're not my family. I can't believe you. How could you? We're not even talking about votes, because I think that's crazy too. You're dead to me if you vote for who I disagree with. You're dead to me if you actively exercise your right to vote for whoever it is you want to vote for. We're talking about just a guy dying for speaking his mind. We're not talking about any political affiliations and none of that shit. Just a guy expressing himself as he saw fit and inviting open dialogue with people that openly disagree with him. And I will reiterate, like I always do, the skin color doesn't matter, political affiliation doesn't matter, sexual orientation doesn't matter. Race, creed, all that shit does not matter to the santo. That's why I made a video where I said, when people were saying, I can't believe, how could a santero vote for this side versus that side? I don't care who knocks on my door, who you voted for. If you knock on my door and you say, I've come to salute Obatala, then my door is open to you, because who you vote for is irrelevant to the santo. I am not a gatekeeper to the santo. So the color of your skin, who you choose to sleep with, who you choose to vote for, is your business. And the santo has nothing to do with that and doesn't care about any of that. But the fact that I see santeros celebrating, people of my own community celebrating, I'm side-eyeing the person, any people that are celebrating that, and I'm like, I do the same shit. A lot of us do the same shit. He just happens to have an audience that none of us have, and he's out getting paid to do public speeches. But yeah, I don't wish death on nobody. Do I believe, I'll use an example, do I believe that fucking Dr. Umar Johnson Ifatunde, do I disagree with everything he does and stands for? Yes, I do, but I'm not looking for I wouldn't celebrate if the guy got shot. That's a tragedy. And how many of us are on this public platform doing exactly the same shit? We speak our minds and we express ourselves, and we, in our own minds, believe that we are educating others and giving information. We do the same shit. So if I were to get killed in the same manner, are these same santeros going to be celebrating my death? And make no mistake, what we witnessed is a causa being in the making. Granted, Charlie's got more prayers than most of us are going to get in our entire lifetime, but such a sudden death, in Ocha, it's called becoming an Iwin, which is like basically a causa, because the death was so sudden and the person's life is ripped away from them. It's not slow, it's not expected, and the person essentially can become a causa. Granted, he has a lot of prayers that are being handed up to him. But if you claim Espiritimo and Iwapele, and we have to, the idea of Ori and the soul, then I don't know what to tell you, because celebrating the death of someone is not Iwapele. It's not cute. Again, we're not talking about some dictator who probably deserves to get killed, but even then, there's justifying death, and there's nuances. This is not one of those nuances. You don't kill someone for expressing their freedom of speech. Whether you agree with what he says or said on his platform is irrelevant. If you disagree with someone, turn it off. You don't have to listen to it. But me, him, you, if you're an active santero who speaks, we don't deserve to be killed for expressing ourselves on this platform. And the last thing that I'll say is, was there a school shooting on the same day? Yes. Are there tragedies that happen every single day? Awful tragedies? Absolutely. And it's awful. And it's the world that we live in. But the fact is that he is a high profile death. I could use that same argument and turn around and say, oh, when Martin Luther King Jr. was shot, but what about the murders that happened over here and the tragedies that happened over here? Yes, it is all tragic. But the fact is, same thing, Kobe Bryant, when he was the plane that killed him, Princess Diana, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the Queen of England. Yes, are there tragedies that happen all over the world 24/7? Yes, but the fact is, these people are high profile people, so they're going to naturally get more coverage. It does not mean that their death is more important than anybody else's death, or tragedies, or the starvation and the wars that are all over this world that happen today. But it does mean that certain cases are going to be brought more to the forefront of society's consciousness, because they are high profile cases. So when Kobe Bryant died in a plane crash with his daughter, the whole world was talking about it, of course. But just to summarize everything, this is not about the left wing or the right wing, Democrat, Republican, who you vote for, whatever. I see a level of hate that really disgusts me. No one should be celebrating the death of anybody, especially someone who just getting paid to do what he loves and have conversations. No different than that young woman who was stabbed senselessly and killed senselessly. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm appalled to see people that are celebrating the death of someone that does exactly what I do, because that could be me and that could be you if you openly share your thoughts on this platform. And for the record, yes, I actually did pray for him. I lit a candle in his honor and I said, Padre Nuestro, because that could be me. And I hope that someone does the same for me when I'm dead. And I hope, knock on wood, that I don't go out the same way simply for speaking my mind. Agree to disagree and live and let live.